Hey guys, it's Carnivore Kipp. If you haven't tried what I'm about to be cooking yet and you're a carnivore, I don't know what you're waiting on. You need to get you one and try one of these. I was gonna do this cook a couple days ago, but we had terrible storms in South Alabama and we were without power for a day and a half. And so I decided I'm gonna cook it for y'all today. Anyway, Porter Road sent me and I'm an affiliate for them now, but they sent me a beautiful tri-tip that I'm gonna season up for y'all and cook it on my S&S Kettle grill. And I have a link to the S&S Kettle grill, and I also have a link to Porter Road if you'd like to try a tri-tip, because some people can't get tri-tips in their area or where they live because they're not common all over the country. But I'm telling you, if you love your steaks, you're gonna love tri-tip. Tri-tip is a super tender cut of meat, and it's just packed with flavor. Y'all need to try one. Let's get into this cook. This S&S Kettle grill has a water reservoir if you want to add some moisture to your food while you're cooking. In some climates, if the humidity's not right, it's good to use the water reservoir. I've never had a problem here in South Alabama using any of my cookers without adding water to the chamber. I have some leftover charcoal here, but I'm gonna add a little bit more, and then after I add that, I'm gonna put a couple cherry wood chunks and add a couple lighter cubes to get it lit and get it going up to temp, and I'll see you in a minute. This is just some Kingsford Blue. I use this kind a lot because it's easy to get at any store. Everywhere has Kingsford Blue. I use Royal Oak lump charcoal a lot too. All right, let's get it in here. We don't need much because we already have some in there. And this isn't gonna be a super long cook when you're cooking tri-tip. It'll take about an hour and a half maybe. Sometimes a little longer, sometimes a little less. Here's my wood chunks that I'm gonna add. I got 3 little cherry wood chunks. I'm just gonna space them out so that as it's smoking, they can all kind of get some heat and not all burn at the same time. And then I got 2 little lighter cubes. I'm just gonna use my little lighter and light them. I'm gonna light them closer to one end. I could put one here and one over here, but it'll burn slower for longer if you light one end. Getting it lit, get the other one lit. And while I always like to light my pits first because this pit needs to run for a little bit lit and get up to temp before I even think about starting cooking. So while it's coming up to temp, I can go ahead and season my meat. I'm gonna clean out any leftover ashes in the bottom from my last cook. I like how this S&S Grills has a stand on the side. I'll show it right here that you can put stuff on. And then you can also set your lid in there so you can have your lid propped up all the way out of your way while you're doing stuff. So if you don't know that much about smoking meat, when you smoke meat, you want your fire on one side and you want your meat on the opposite side. So the meat's gonna be on this side, because if it was directly over the fire, you wouldn't be grilling. You wouldn't be smoking meat, you would be grilling. What's cool about this kettle grill is you can use it as a smoker, but you can also use it as a grill if you want to. So you could take this out of here, fill the whole thing with charcoal and grill burgers, hot dogs, whatever you want to do. But if you want to use it as a smoker, you can. So like if I can only have one grill on my back porch, it would probably be this or something like this, because you can do so much with it. If you've never seen a tri-tip, this is what they look like. It's got pretty marbling inside of the meat. And if I need to do a light trim to get some of the extra silver skin off, I will, but I'm not too worried about it. But this tri-tip come from Porter Road. So this is some info on it. It's a dry aged tri-tip. It's pasture raised with no added hormones or antibiotics. So this is a good farm that provides this meat. Y'all definitely check them out. And this tri-tip is 1.84 pounds. So it's a little under 2 pounds. and it's gonna be some great meat. I can't wait to tear into it tonight. I'm gonna use one of my favorite knives ever to open up this package of meat and trim up any silver skin if I need to. And I'm not sponsored by them. I wish I was, but this is a Dow Strong Shogun series fillet knife. It is a beautiful knife and it is razor sharp. It will hurt you. It is a Dow Strong knife. It's a fillet knife. It's a Shogun series, so I think it runs around $100, but it is an incredible knife. It's worth every penny. I said earlier I will be linking this meat in the video, and I will also link my affiliate link to S&S Grills if any of y'all want to check out their grills, because that's a great grill. And I have people, even when me and Sean and them do our live streams, people always say, what's a good grill? What's a good smoker if I don't have one, or it's not too crazy of a budget? I mean, them grills, yes, they're not the cheapest grill in the world, but they are incredible, and I truly believe that, or it wouldn't be on my back porch, because I have limited space on my back porch. It is an awesome pit. You're looking at a tri-tip, folks. Some people cannot find tri-tip anywhere. That is a tri-tip. The fat on the back, I leave that, and I'm gonna cook it bottom side down. I'm gonna cook it like that. There's honestly not too much that I need to do to this tri-tip. You actually don't have to, but you can be fancy and you can cut out some if you want to, like hold underneath it and pull up, and you can just shave little pieces off if you need to. But honestly, this tri-tip is not to the point where you need to do much. Now, some of this right here on this outside edge, this right here is not gonna cook well. So I'm actually gonna do this kind of like I would if I was doing a brisket. You see how sharp this knife is, y'all? This is a nice knife. I'm gonna pull this little corner off right here. It's not gonna cook well. That's about all I'm gonna do to this that I'm seeing here. There's a little piece right here that I can trim a little off of. This thing does not need much. They've already trimmed it pretty good before it even made it to me. So don't worry if you get one of these, but that marbling in there is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so now I'm gonna season it up. I use store-bought rubs sometimes, but tonight I'm using a rub that I make myself. It's got some salt and pepper and garlic. It's got some cayenne pepper, paprika, I can't remember what else. I have it wrote down inside. But anyway, that's what I'm using, is some homemade rub. And you can use whatever you want. Start with salt and pepper and just make you a rub and enjoy it. But I'm gonna put some on here real fast. Let's get it seasoned up good, and always spin it and get them sides. Right? You don't want to leave nothing out. Get the back side too. I'm just kind of reaching my hands. See, I'm just kind of reaching my hands in my bucket of seasoning, grabbing it out and letting it fall in. Get it seasoned. You don't have to be perfect. You just want to get it seasoned. Now, if you're just doing a line diet and you want to use just salt, that's fine. You want to use salt and pepper, that's fine. Salt, pepper, garlic, whatever you like. I mean, yes, we're all carnivores, most people that watch this channel, but at the same time, I mean, not everybody does carnivore the same way. And yes, I know black pepper's technically not carnivore, but I gotta have black pepper, okay? So she's seasoned up, she's ready to go on the pit. Now I'm gonna go back to the pit and see how it's doing. The coals over here on this right side are lit pretty good. So I'm gonna shut the lid, but first I'm gonna put my grate in here, and then I'm gonna shut the lid and just let things chill out and come on up to temp. So let's put my grate in here, and it's got a hinge on it, so if I need to add more charcoal, all this stuff comes with the Deluxe Kettle grill that S&S has, and I use this thing all the time, but you should be set now to just let it shut and let it come on up to temp. Let's get this lid shut. I'm gonna shoot for about 275, so I keep the bottom open, and I keep the bottom open, and I'm gonna keep the top open so that it can, because fire needs oxygen. So once it gets closer to the temp I want, probably about 75 degrees before the temp I want, I'll start shutting this top vent down some, and shut the bottom vent a little bit if I need to, and then it'll dial in where I want it over here on the thermometer. We got the pit up to temp, so I'm gonna show it to y'all real quick. This is the tri-tip. It's seasoned up, and I'm gonna put it on the cool side of the pit. You never want your smallest piece of meat straight towards the fire. So you could do it like this, but it'll be fine to do it like this. It'll be all right. Or you could do it different ways, but you never want your smallest piece of meat straight towards the fire, because this end is gonna cook a little bit quicker. So I'm gonna angle it kind of like that. And just let it lay down and rest on the pit. And then we're gonna put it to bed and let it take a nap. It's sunbathing like it was at the beach, and I did back the vent down a little bit to where your temps don't go way up to 400 or 500 degrees, because then you're no longer smoking. Just let it cook, but you really want the thick part, the part that's at 87, you really want that to be up to temp. So let it keep going, let it get some good smoke flavor. See you in a bit. So let me temp this tri-tip real quick. Actually a little bit hotter than I want it right there. Let's see here. 118, 110, 101, 110. This thing, I'm gonna say it's good enough to start searing it. So do you see how my coals are doing good over here? I'm gonna show y'all how to do a sear on it. One super cool thing about this S&S grill, if I want to sear over here, instead of having to use these tongs and flip it over, all I got to do is spin the grate. So, and you're cooking straight over the fire if I do that. You hear that sizzle? Let me change the camera angle and let y'all see in there a little bit more. Let's see here. We're cooking directly over fire now to get us a char. I know everyone says this on YouTube, but if you could smell this right now, it would blow your mind how good this smells. So look, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pull it off of here. Don't burn yourself. Flip it. See, it's already got a little char right there. Now after I flip it, I'm gonna spin it. We're cooking straight over the fire again, folks. Straight over the fire. Let's flip it one more time and then check it out. Check out that meat, y'all. Y'all see that char on there? And now once I do that, I'm gonna spin the grate. And we're right back over the fire. Let me get adjusted so y'all can see. I'm a one-man operation, so y'all bear with me. In a minute, whenever I look at that char it's getting right there, y'all. Cooking straight over the fire now. Ain't that beautiful? People think, oh, you're burning it, you're burning it. No, you're making it good, y'all. Spin it. Look at that. That is gonna be good. I'm gonna start temping it just to see where we're at. 131 and 134, 135, 136. That part said 149. I'm gonna actually flip it over and check to make sure we're good on both sides. $127, $110. See, this side I want to go a little longer. I want this side right here to char just a little bit more. So all I'm gonna do, flip it over. It's not rocket science. Spin the grate. You're welcome, y'all. You're welcome. Does that not look amazing to y'all? I really do appreciate y'all watching this video. Some people like watching my cooking videos. Some people like watching my videos about, you know, my carnivore journey or whatever. So I understand if this video is not for you, but barbecue is my passion and I love to cook barbecue. So for the ones of y'all that hung with me this whole video, I really appreciate it, because that is what I love to do. So thank y'all for watching this video. I hope everyone has a blessed day. Stay safe. See y'all in the next video. God bless.